Hey there, you good fellas. Martin Scorsese seems like a pretty nice guy, doesn't he? And I mean, he makes great movies. He also makes a lot of comments about what are, in his opinion, the not so great movies. Once again, I'm the meta nerd, and today we're going to be talking about why Scorsese doesn't like superhero movies. Put on your hats, fellas, and let's get talking. Martin Scorsese is renowned for his masterpieces, like Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, and The Departed. He's been making movies, and pretty great ones at that, for about 3 decades now, and is at the sort of level now where a movie simply being directed by Scorsese is all of the promo it needs. As a filmmaker, Scorsese is one who gives great focus to the emotional human aspects of the art. It's not about large-scale set pieces or loads of boom-boom explosions with him, but more instead exploring the intricacies of the human element in his stories. His movies feature character-driven narratives. His characters are nuanced and given incredible depth. The stories they're part of are their stories and no one else's. There's no grander story, no overarching plot, no big bad who needs to be teased over 10 separate movies. He focuses instead on the very purpose of cinema, satisfaction. When a Scorsese movie ends, it ends. It's not setting up another movie or a whole new host of characters. It's not laying an incomplete foundation that 7 other movies are going to complete. It's the entire full picture. A Scorsese movie will leave you discussing all that you've just watched, not contemplating where it's going to lead or how many dozen potential spin-offs it could birth. With him, it's not going to take 5 sequels to satisfy you. For Scorsese, 1 movie, 1 story, that's all it takes. He is a true great of the industry, an artist with a clear vision, a filmmaker with a distinct style, and that's where lies the problem. For Scorsese, cinema is all about storytelling, character development, and exploration of the human condition. It's about captivating the audience through engaging narratives that delve into complex emotions and moral dilemmas. He values the art of subtlety and nuance, crafting authentic characters that resonate deeply with the viewers. On the other hand, superhero movies fall under a category known popularly as blockbuster movies. These movies tend to focus more on action-packed sequences, stunning visual effects, and larger-than-life personas. They're designed to entertain and awe audiences with their epic battles and extraordinary abilities. And here's the thing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Blockbuster movies can be incredible. Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, and Terminator are just a handful of some of the more renowned classic blockbuster movies there's been. Scorsese's criticisms aren't about blockbusters being inherently bad. No, they're more about the rapidly changing industry and the damaging shift in focus from the art itself to the money. Superhero movies can be great. In fact, a lot of them are great. Think Logan, Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Wonder Woman. These are all, other than being good superhero stories, also pretty good character-driven stories on their own. The problem is that these movies make up a minority of what has become a pretty bloated subgenre of movies in recent years. Superhero movies have long since stopped focusing on characters, and more instead on overarching plots and grand narratives, not all of which hold up pretty well. Now, every superhero movie has some spin-off TV show on an $18 per month streaming service, and that TV show is a prerequisite to understand the next couple movies. Blockbusters are treated now as less than art and more like content, a bit like live service offerings, trying to squeeze out as much money from consumers as possible. These movies are more like products now. There's no risk to these movies. They're constantly market researched, audience tested, and modified, until studios are certain that they're prime for consumption. It feels like an overemphasis is being placed on delivering perfection, and as a result, the exact opposite has been accomplished. Now, Before I go any further, I just want to say that this video isn't me bashing any genre of movies or anything of the sort. I love superhero movies, and a great chunk of my time is spent watching them. But it's exactly because I watch them so much that I can tell just how much they've changed in recent years, and why someone like Scorsese isn't a huge fan of them. It would be one thing if these superhero blockbusters had self-contained consequences, but the problem is that they've impacted the entire industry. Every studio wants to kickstart a franchise of about 20 different movies and 15 TV shows now. Everyone wants their own Star Wars, their own MCU, their own Jurassic Park. And it's gotten so bad now that that's pretty much all there is in the cinematic landscape. The balance between art and commerce has been lost, and the big franchises have taken over, with the more artistic movies being left behind. Or at least that used to be the case. Disney, Warner Brothers, and a handful of studios have, with varying degrees of success, created these expansive worlds where stories intertwine, characters cross paths, and overarching narratives unfold. However, the problem with this approach is that after several dozen hours of overstimulating content, there just isn't much more to offer that appeals to fans. These movies and shows lose their identities, they lose their heart, and as a result, they lose their audience. And that's exactly what's started to happen with more recent blockbuster efforts like Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and Black Adam, all failing to capture the magic that once was, and as a result, received incredible backlash. On the flip side, we've seen more artistic movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Whale, Past Lives, Oppenheimer, and Barbie open to global acclaim and varying degrees of commercial success. Art is still very much alive, and audiences have shown that they'll turn up for the good stuff. That said, it's not that Martin Scorsese absolutely despises superhero movies and blockbusters, at least I don't think he does. It's just more that his cinematic values lie in a different realm, one that embraces a more intimate, character-driven approach, and I do think that his criticisms should be taken by other filmmakers as advice. Make better movies, and the world will be a happier place for it. At least I know I'll be happier. Anyway, guys, it's been fun making this video, and if you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.